Check. Is this thing on? Always good to double check, man. I've done entire shows without even noticing that the mic was on. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Seems like everything seems okay, I guess. Seems a little bright in some places. Anyway, God bless you all. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here with the Crypto Lifer. May God bless you all for being awesome and amazing. Thank you so much to the Coffee Girl. Coffee Girl, we love you. Coffee Girl. Maybe you could dress a little, you know what I mean? I'm just joking. I love you. God bless you, baby. Thank you for being here on the live with me, Coffee Girl. Never call your wife the Coffee Girl. I learned my lesson. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Last night, I gave a trade. I made $1,500 in my sleep. Let me talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's have some fun. But this is how we do it here on the channel. And if you were in my Discord, you would have been privy to what I'm doing. So first I was like, I don't think I'm going to trade. I'm not looking at it. You don't have to be in a trade. All right. But I kept watching price action. And then at 11:35, I watched a developing double bottom on the 1 hour time frame. Looked like it was going to take a nice move to the upside. I jumped in right there with a stop loss on the low and front ran that candle close by 30, in 25 minutes it was going to close. As I went to sleep at 12:34, 1, 2, 3, 4, everything started to go in my favor. I was up about $400 as I went to sleep. My mom said, take it. I said, go to bed. First thing I did is wake up and looked at it at 7:01 in the morning. That's the first thing I saw. I looked at my phone. I said, I got to check. And I was up $1,600 and I smiled. And I took profits and made gains. So then I got into another trade here, which is, and then I gave to the group, right? Which started red for a bit, but did not hit the stop, then flipped green. Then I was up about 202. I was up, I think, about 450 at one point. Now the trade, if I look at it, is only up $56. It was actually up huge in the last 10 minutes. It turned from up 300 to down to only up $40. So we'll see what happens here on the trade for Bitcoin. We'll break it down for you. But waking up to gains is a beautiful thing. And shout out to everyone here. Go to CryptoLifer.com if you want to wake up to gains with the Lifer. Hit the subscribe button. Stop playing yourself. I do this every day. Stop listening to the rumors and the schloomers. Stop listening to people that don't do it. And watch the people that do it every single day. I don't like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. It's about to move that stop loss to break even or just wait. I'm not a fan of what I'm looking at right now. It's turning on me immediately. I was up $400 just a second ago. What are you doing, BTC? What's going on? Had my stop loss below the 200 moving average. We had made a nice breakout. Came right back down here, getting some wickage. I'm down $50 now. This was a $500 trade just like, 30 minutes ago. Things can move fast when you're trading left. And be very careful trading left. All right? One step, one plan at a time. Look, I'm back green. You never know. You never know. I'm back down. $20 in seconds. Like it's just moving and grooving. We'll take a look at Bookmap 2. Suggest that we could liquidate up to 64,000. There's some big red there in that area. Not huge moves, but we could get the clip. S&P futures, I say. I like a long here. Anywhere in the zone, I say we go sideways for maybe a couple more weeks, and then a big breakout comes as it consolidates. I've got a position in the S&P. I haven't had one in a long time. Not like I have, so I'm in the S&P. And the position is right here, too, on week. And this was down like, I think, $700, $800. It's now down 187. This could be a long haul. It's got to be at least about a month, 60-day trade. So we'll see where it goes here. Trading the S&P 500 on weeks. We'll see how it goes. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's do our top-down analysis for Bitcoin. We got crypto bubbles to look at. We got news to look at. We got all sorts of awesome stuff to break down for you today. We got a couple altcoins that are looking hot. We got some scans that we're going to give you for free. We're going to break it down. You're going to see some stuff. Just like yesterday. Remember Vannery yesterday? Someone talked about it. We went over it. We threw you the chart. And we were able to see something was going on there. And it gave a nice little pump to the upside. You see that? We talked about it right there yesterday. I don't know if you remember. Still actually looking pretty good right now. What it did was it just continued making these higher lows. It got itself tighter inside of a bigger channel. This thing might actually get some gas. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I don't pay attention to it. I don't trade it a lot. It could easily stop hunt right here and get everybody out. But I would look for it to consolidate. It bounces here and makes some type of inverted and gets real tight. I mean, bang, right? Anyway, just something to write on the radar. I would watch that. Vannery. And shout out to the guy who gave that to us yesterday. God bless you, man. And sometimes, this is a hub. People show up and give us the calls. You would not believe the coins we find here on the channel. People have given us like absolute 100x gems, 50x gems, things that nobody knew about. They came to this channel, they gave it to us, they super chatted it, and they ended up being some of the biggest coins in the game. We were in Pepe dumb early if you were here on this channel. We were in all sorts of stuff early. Heck, I was giving Ansem recently. Damn, man, Afro's coin ain't going no way. I think that's the right one, too. But, just to double check. If you go to the... Let's see if you go to the X and it takes you to his... Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. Could be, you never know. Could be the fake one, too. Always do your own research. Ansem down a little bit, too, yeah. But it is holding the 200 moving average, you see? And honestly, with the news that came out, I don't care how hot. Everyone's like, oh, it's altcoin season. It's meme season. They're all coming at this and that and that. I don't care how hot it is, what the chain's doing. The second you hear the ceasefire is over, what it does is it dries up liquidity in the risk-on assets, and people flee, right, back to the dollar, gold, bonds, all this other nonsense. And then what it does is it definitely freezes up crypto. Okay. Oh, wow, they're coming for me now, down 60, 73 bucks now. That wasn't the plan. Honestly, that's not a breakout anymore. It's back inside the pattern. Now it could be a head and shoulder. Now it could have been like basically a bear div. As it kind of slightly swung up or flat and this swung down sharply. I'm willing to give this trade up. I woke up 1,500. So, dang, and I could have added another 500 if I wasn't greedy there. I was just looking for a good play, though. I wasn't looking... I'm going to hug this wick for now, but it's not looking amazing. It looks like they're going to come after me. Do I really need to use 200? Cut off the 97 and call it a day. It looks ugly to me. If they wick it back inside, then, I feel like today's one of those days they just wick it right back up and this thing starts to rip again. But that could be the greed talking, right? Man, that trade was doing well. Could have moved it to break even too as well, but I was, it was, a lot of times right as the show starts, they react it, and that kind of throws me off because I gotta pay attention to the show. I got stuff to do that's, unfortunately, at the one moment in time, a little more important than the trade. You know what I mean? The show and the trade, they're both important, but I gotta weigh one on the other. Both take my attention. So it is what it is. Interesting times to be alive. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Let me get this live. I don't even think I send it out to the Discord. It happens to be sometimes when I'm getting myself ripping. So let me get that out to the Discord. God bless everybody here that watches the shorts, watches the videos, comments, and subscribes. We appreciate you more than you would ever No, without you, we have no show. No viewership, no show. I don't get to be the cool lifer. Look at me, I have 100,000 subscribers, you know? That doesn't happen if you don't show up and you don't keep pushing the lifer brand. So this is a word of mouth. You know, I never got a chance to advertise on Google yet. This is 100% word of mouth. God bless everybody here. All right. Hey, Crypto Lifer, can you tell us what happened to Lab? No idea. We'll take a look at it, though. Yeah. You said, dude, I know I say that sometimes. It's happened before, too. I know. Shout out to the beautiful people here on the live. And let's get that live chat cooking. And God bless everybody here. All right. People are like, oh, I didn't see that you were live. You didn't post it. I'm like, what do you mean? The notification bell did not hit again. Hey, Sam, great to see you. What happened to JTO? I don't know. What happened to every single coin that ever existed in the history of the universe? You said it was going up, Sam. What happened to it? Yo, Sam, you're a cool dude. You're a cool dude, man. God bless you. You know why I'm a cool dude? Because God has got my back every single day. And God has been there for me through the hardest times of my entire life. And I've been through some of the toughest times a human being could go through, and I still made it. Because the good Lord is amazing. So stay blessed. Look at the 777s right there. 627777. I love that. Shout to you, Sammy. God bless you. No, thank you. Bears getting cooked. We'll see, man. This is a little bounce here. I'm back in the green, baby. I'm back in the green. Let's take a look at what's happening on the 30-minute. The 30-minute gave me some hope when I glanced at it there. Let's take a look at what I was talking about. Before I go, it looks like we could get some tightness and still break out if the 30-minute can just kind of stay inside that zone and respect that bottom trend line. And I could still get paid, baby. That would be nice to make another $2,000 on top of the 1,500 instead of losing, $100 to $200. Would be absolutely amazing, right? Let's see, this candle closes in 5 minutes. All right. 5 minutes. Lab price collapse was primarily driven by allegations of market manipulation it's out of control. With on-chain investigators, ACBD, yeah. If God's in your corner, you can't lose, man. Amen. I'm here. You always know I'm out mowing. Damn, man, if you mow the grass every day, there's going to be no grass left, eh? He's like, I pay. He's like, I water it every morning, and I give it the super grow, so I can cut it every 5 days. I'm just, oh man, God bless you, bro. No, but seriously, who here feels like I don't know about if it's a man thing, but mowing the grass to me is one of the greatest feelings in the world. I remember I just joined I went to St. John's, and me and a couple of buddies rented a house together. And I remember having to cut the grass, and it was senior year, and I hadn't cut the grass since I lived back in Boston. You know what I mean? When I come home for the summer, and it was just so nice to have to cut the grass on a beautiful. It was a March or April afternoon, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna cut the grass. And I always did it. No one else did it. I cut the grass. It was an electric mower. I went over the wire twice. I know. Seriously, whoever came up with that idea, the electric mower, you're going to really plug in and you're not going to go. I mean, if it's electric, I have an electric mower now. I do. Sad to say, I did go that way. Here on the island of Massachusetts, they went full-blown green. They're banning gas-powered leaf blowers, bro. What if you have 20 of them? Guys have 100 of them. Now they got to go buy a bunch of electric ones. It's so crazy. They make the same sound. It doesn't. It's a bunch of, they say, oh, they're very, all you do is hear leaf blowers all around. Smell of fresh cut grass. Nothing better than it, right? So we're seeing if we can get this bounce for Bitcoin on the temporary side right now. Still in the trade. This is live trading right here on WEEX. So I'm still in the trade. You can see this is real money too. I'm not playing with someone else's money. This is my money. My money's, baby. My money's. S&P future, I see sideways price action. When it breaks out and we make gains, don't be upset. I didn't, it's not like I didn't say something over here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the bigger time frames, whittle our way down in what's called a top-down analysis, all right? That's when you look at Bitcoin from the bigger picture all the way down. I do it every single day, twice a day. All right. Sometimes I do it 4 times a day. I do it twice a day for the trading group. I do it twice a day inside the live. It depends. But right now, I'm looking for this to break out over time. I'm looking for it to turn into an inverted head and shoulder, and somewhere around November 1st, right here, we start to turn. December, you know what I mean? We break out January, February, September. Boom. Says it to April. It's so crazy because, like, we're not, it'll be a year will go by so fast. Every year I could say this, but this will be the fastest year ever. I got a Stihl, S-T-I-H-L, Stihl lawnmower, the Stihl electric motor. It's pretty nice. They're big too. They're nice looking, if anything. Whatever, but if you ever see me, it's bright orange. This is my lawnmower right there, orange and black with the white. Stihl, baby, Stihl. Funny, I have a Porch Ferry somewhere. That's weird. Anyway, so that looks like it could break out and head to 171,000 by September 1st of 2028. Hold your horses, not 2027, right? Not 20, you know what I mean? It's going to take some time. You're saying 2 years from now, Sammy? It's going to take some time, folks. I think people think Bitcoin's going to go up faster than people say. That's okay. You want it to go up incrementally. The faster it goes up, the faster it can crash. The more incremental it goes up, the more it can hold the levels that it actually goes up. So to me, it's a blessing. It becomes a little more stable over time. You want to store a value that you're not losing your money. You don't really, everyone thinks, oh, Bitcoin's going to make me tons of money. It's just going to store your value. You need to look for other, I truly, I'm going to say something that's going to hurt, I think you do need to be looking, again, and I'm not a financial advisor, but for me as a person, I need to be looking at other types of investments as well. I can't just rely on Bitcoin only. I think over time, it's going to do well. If you give it a 10-year horizon and you keep putting it in, I believe you'll over 10x your money in the next 10 years. I believe it will hit $1 million in 10 years, but it will take time. And and they're going to be, and you're going to enter cash flow. You're going to have to put it in maybe some type of risk or some type of place. So I would say, yes, it's nice to have some cash flow from real estate while you also hold Bitcoin inside a hardware wallet, while you also have a business producing, cash flow. Working your butt off every single day, nothing beats that. I don't care how good your investments are. The greatest investment people, the people that made the most money, look back. You'll see that they continued to work throughout their investments. They had money for the next investment for some reason. They just never stopped. Whatever they were doing, they kept doing. Positive thoughts created positive thoughts. And they created positive thoughts by learning how to train the brain. A successful person creates the discipline of the mind. I put out a video today. The first video I put out to the world, to the trading group today, was a Jim Rohn video. And he talked about how you tell yourself that good things are going to happen. He said it's not a coincidence that people say good things are going to happen and good things happen. He also said, gratitude creates an endorphin inside the body that actually creates positive adrenaline. It actually attracts positive energy. People are healthier when they use gratitude. Think about it. If all you think about is stress and what's not going right, you fill yourself with stress and cortisol. If you tell yourself, if you focus on what's going well and you have gratitude for the good things in your life, oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? Things just really start to pop. You start attracting the right types of, you start attracting the right types of opportunities into your life because you believe you deserve them. You make them happen. Then you work for them. You discipline yourself. It all starts to happen together all at once. Success is a mind state. It's something you become by going after, success is what you attract by being the person you want to become in life. 2-week chart looks good to me, high or low. Bit of an inverted head and shoulder there, even on the RSI. Curving on the MACD. Signs of possibly this being that last low. This might flip green, and this might be the last chance to buy BTC on the low. I'm telling you, the fear and greed was at 5 twice and then hit 8. And the 2-week chart was below the stochastics. Every time that's happened, that's been the bottom. 90% chance the bottom was between $58,000 and $60,000 for Bitcoin. And I've been sticking to that idea. Even though I said there was 90% chance that was the bottom, we only went a tad bit lower. And we made a bull div. The last time we saw a bullish divergence on a time frame this big was years ago. You could say this was slight because it's like kind of flat, but it really wasn't a bull div. This was the main bull. This was the last time we had anything like this. And that the RSI got as low as it is. Let's double click. RSI, look, I mean, on the pandemic, fine, it got as low as 25. Here it got as low as 26. That last dump there, December 2018, after the rally, you know, we started to dump. So, like, that's the lowest the RSI's ever been in the history of Bitcoin. I don't know, man. That's screaming that we've bottomed out. If you know your indicators, and I guess maybe I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. Maybe we go lower. I'm open-minded that anything is possible, but I'm just showing you that the indicators are screaming. So I don't try to tell you what's happening. I don't try to say this is my system, this is what's gonna. I'm showing you this is the system. I'm just revealing what already exists in trading. Like, this isn't me. Like, anyone that knows their stuff as good as I do will tell you this stuff. And again, I know when markets start to make a move. Look, I'm going to teach you the moving averages. A market begins and you have no moving averages. They start to build. And usually it's tight. Then a massive pump ensues. And the 21 and the 200 get very far apart. Okay? And eventually on the 3-day chart, the weekly chart, you get away from price action, pump. This is price, let's say. Price gets way far away from the 21-day moving average. This is the 21. Here's the 200. 200's way down here. Price crashes all the way back down. Sometimes a little bit below the 200 gain, you know. And then it comes up. Price gets back above the 200. The 50 crosses. The 21 crosses. Price hits the 21. They get close. Next thing you know, all the moving averages are tight. Now you're on the daily. You're above the 200, touching the 21. Boom. And the next bull run starts to happen. So look, the 200 will keep coming. The 21 will curve up as price pumps into it. The 50 will come down. This will come down. This will come down. And look, they're all going to get tight. And that's going to be your buy zone. And that's after the bottom. Every single time. Moving averages will just tell you what to do. Look, when they were tight here, this was the time to get in. In 2008-17, when we had that massive dump, the 200 and the 21 got very far apart. You know, if I look at the all-time history index for you, this is going to be more apparent. Let me show you what I'm doing here. Also, if you look at the all-time history index for Bitcoin, you can see that it's on an upward trajectory that just hasn't really stopped. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Just doing its thing. It looks like towards the end, it gets more parabolic. It have some type of explosion. And it's, you know what I mean? The crashes are going to get bigger for Bitcoin as it gets bigger too. It's going to keep doing the macro of the micro. Eventually, you're going to have a massive crash here that comes back to this Fibonacci, right? Wouldn't that be crazy to get to 330 and crash back down to 150? And then look, eventually it'll rip the length of that previous pull, right? Then I'll have a Fibonacci pullback here. And here it's 500 grand, right? And it crashes back down to 260,000, right? And now you're sitting somewhere like, you know what I mean? And again, it just keeps doing this. Just keeps doing this over time. And each time it looks smaller and smaller, and, you know, until it hits $1 million. It might take till like 2040 to hit $1 million. I think people are saying it's going to be so fast. And maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just looking at the charts, you know, open-mindedly here. But again, just so you know, when the bull market ends, so you have this dump. And, you know, there's a chance we do need to go a little lower. But I don't know, the divergence is strong. Usually the 21 does come close to the 200 or touch it. So that means we'd need like, yeah, price could pump up to it, but see here usually fall down. That's the one thing. You know, we might get one more dump down to 48 that pulls this down and gets the tightness. But all I'm telling you is once these moving averages get tight again, which to me looks like it's happening not too long from now, like somewhere by December or, January, that's going to be your last chance. And then things are going to start to pick up from there. And then you're going to get expansion yet again. So just, you know what I mean? Pay attention to the bigger time frames. It's important. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. But it's as important I go on these teaching tangents, in my humble of opinions. Oh, I'm up $24. Oh, I'm up $100. $24. Down $5. Up $24. Down $2. Up $2. Down $3. Wow, the volatility is crazy. Down 11. Insane. Up $1. Up $14. Up 18. Up 21. Up 36. That's just, you know what I mean? You can't even, up $40. You can't even watch that stuff. You look at structure. This structure looks correct to me. I long off the 21. I am below the 200, but the 30-minute is tight. We watched a nice pump last night off that double bottom. These wicks may hold up on the 30. We'll see. Not amazing right now. We're battling low volume on a Thursday. On a Thursday. So we'll see. It's not amazing just yet. How my people doing, man? How's everybody here on the live? God bless each and every one of you for being here and kicking it with the lifer, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, so, and yesterday was a good teaching moment. Unbelievable, right? We battled through the charts, but we ended up winning one of those trades back at the end. We hit a nice gain, too, on the show if people were with me. So, and then last night I cleaned up. Again, those Tuesday and Monday nights, man, they pay very well over time. So I like the weekly idea. All right, I still think there's a chance that, and I did trade that weekly. I don't know if I'm going to keep it open for a year, but you never know. There's a chance. I do have an open mind to see where it could go. We got this beautiful divergence on the stochastics RSI with divs indicator that I use. And you can go get that right here. You go up here and you just type in RSI and hit stochastics RSI with divergences by neobutane. Click on that, add it to your chart, save the template. Save indicator template. Make sure you got a template going. So you can always go back right to what you always use. No stress. So that tells me that we could be bouncing too. The 5-day chart looks okay. And I want to see this candle closes tonight on the 5-day chart. It'll be cool if it closes green. 3-day chart has flipped green and has bullish divergence here, suggesting at least we show up back to the top of the range. We got to take out this high. And it's the same exact story here on the daily time frame. They put out those moving averages. Sometimes they get, yeah. So look, we're getting caressed and held by the daily 21. We seem to have a bull div on the daily and a possible shoulder, kind of head, right shoulder here. Bit of a cup and handle on the daily time frame, right? That could break out. So if you pull a fib too from this level, which is kind of the local pump, we bounce kind of right there off that 618. 61.5, that area. Remember, we talked about 61.5 as a retrace too. So what I'd be looking for is a bounce. Some type of bounce there, right? So the daily looks okay. It could be resetting for a bounce. 12-hour has come down from overbought down, heading down to that curvature. And again, if you take off everything and just look, it is being caressed by the 21, the 22-hour. 12 hours doing the same thing. I use these. They're both good time frames. They back each other up a lot. 8-hour looks interesting for consolidation. Higher low. You took out this low, so you had a low. Then you took out this higher low. Tiny beginning of an uptrend. 4 hours battling to stay back above the 200 moving average. And you can condense this now and say, okay, that's bullish to me. You stay back above the 200. You're bullish. And that's a fact for me. How's the weekly doing on that 200? Weekly is just back above the 200 moving average. We're going to see the weekly close a weekly above the 200 at the end of the week. That's going to be very important. How the weekly candle closes is so important for us, folks. Candle closings are huge. I used to pay less attention to them than I do now. The older I got, the more attention I paid. I learned my lessons, And there we are on this like smaller time frame too. It's like, come on, send it back to the top of the channel. You got work to do. Now, for whatever reason, we got resistance at 63.2. There's like a topping candle there. Whoa, we just got a nice pump though. We're back up 195 with a trade. Things are going our way. Let's take a look at that. It doesn't convey as well on the 1 hour. And remember how many worlds it's like, this is like chess. Look at how many worlds I can keep in my brain. I keep the bigger time frame idea. How many patterns can float inside the subconscious mind? When I first started, I could barely keep the 1 hour and the 4 hour in my brain. Now I can flip to the 30, flip to the 1. Look, while this all happens, I can check the 15. 15 minute looks like it's about to break out, folks. That's the 21 above the 200. That pumps. 5 minutes to 21 above the 200. That pumps. That's what I do. The 5 minute is in what we call the semi-special. I'm back up to 30. They almost got me. I was very close. I'm risking very little now to be inside this trade. 320. I don't know if that. I don't want to risk 320, but stay below the 200 there. I even like the 3 minute. At any moment, this could turn on me and kick me right out. Maybe shoulder, head, right shoulder. See, I'm always open-minded to what I don't want to see. I just want to see us go sideways for the next 2 hours. I desire for us to go sideways the next 2 hours, a continuation. This thing pumps. That's what I'm looking for here on a Thursday. Let's take a look at what's happening. I told you about Dexy at $3. I went over it almost every other day for months on end. I talked about it in the trading group. If you missed it, it's okay. But man, I went over that coin day in and day out. Wow, even Celestia getting a little bit of love. That's, part of the Atom ecosystem. There's my Chinese coin, 69 cents. Still hanging out, though. Hasn't lost a lot of the gains. Near a little bit up there. SPX, that little meme, 69. Near Protocol. Pudgy Penguins. SEI, look at that down, man. Can CC, even back to 13, which is crazy. Hyperliquid hold 66. Venice back at 11. I like Venice for a long-term hold. That's all I talk about on the when it happens to that coin. Aerodrome back at 52. Light is the talk of the town right now. We'll take a look at Light. Lit, I should call it, like Lit. Lighter, though. So I talked about it breaking out. Said that the target was about 295. It went to 273. And it did break out, right? Looks like it's going to continue to the target, too, over time. I don't see what's going to stop it. A little bit of a sloppy channel right there, but... And again, when you project, like if you see me make a projection today, I'm just kind of putting something on the wall. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure. It doesn't say trade that exactly. It's like, okay, I'm watching it. I don't love the trade per se, but it's got hype right now. People are all about it. Wouldn't be surprised if it gets one more pretty big pump. It's getting far from that daily 21, but look, if you just traded the daily, the in was right there. Or if you bought when the 21 touched above the 200. I talk about this all the time, almost every single day on the show. I know, not almost, every single day on the show, I bring up the 21 and the 200. And I teach you how I use it to make money. You constantly see me, you see me lose, but you see me print a lot. And you see my strategies play out time and time again. I may have a bad week. I may have a couple bad trades. It happens, man. If I didn't have a couple bad trades, I wouldn't be a trader. I'd be a guy that fakes trading. But you guys see me actually have some bad trades. You see me have a bad week sometimes. It can happen. People get on me, man. I saw someone making fun of me the other day in my own trading group. You know what I mean? If I let that stuff get to me, it would, number one, it's not good for business. It doesn't matter. I know that over time I will prevail. If you keep using my strategies, they're gonna prove to you that if you just get the proper risk management, that you can win. My strategies, I believe, can prove to you that you can win. You need something consistent so you can believe in yourself. Once you got something consistent, you can go all the way. I believe in you. I know you can do this. I know you have what it takes to do this. You just need someone to give you the skills and to believe in you. That's me, man. I got you. I give you 2 hours of myself every single day. All you got to do is show up and let this stuff get ingrained inside your subconscious mind. Next thing you know, you're opening the chart. Next thing you know, you make your first trade. And start your first trades on demo right here on WEEX. Open up a WEEX account. We make it very, very simple. It's not hard. It's not hard to do. All right? You go to the pinned comment here that we just put up for you. I believe. Yeah, we got a pinned message for you here. Okay? And in that pinned message, it's going to show you, hey, WEEX or CryptoLifer.com, right? And if you hit this, you can make a WEEX account and then go to futures and hit demo. Start live trading with me, man. With a demo account, start following along with what I'm talking about. Start using the moving averages. Put 2 and 2 together. Luck is when opportunity and effort intersect. Yeah. Water off the bag, right? Plus, got to be able to launch. Laugh at ourselves. 100%. Shout out to Clapton Profits. I love that. Thank you, Sam. I'm so grateful for your knowledge. God bless you. I'm grateful for you to be here. Grateful for my knowledge. I'm grateful for viewership and for like all the love and the attention that the show gets. I appreciate that. You're the man, Sam. No, you're the man. God bless you. Yo, Sam, you're the man. God bless you, Russell Dingham. Shay J. Clapton. I love talking about crypto with people who get the charts, but I can't buy arrogant toxicity. People who need to laugh at others for losing a trade or being wrong. Do it because they lose themselves all the time. Same semi-special at last night going to open the long. Do you see an inverted head and shoulder forming on the 4-hour time frame? Yes, possible. Shoulder, head, right shoulder for sure. And even a bigger one here like shoulder, head, right shoulder there. Yeah. I made $1,600 while I was sleeping last night, folks. That's not an accident. You can't do that. You don't go to bed and wake up gains. And it was calculated. I had a stop loss. I didn't go willy-nilly. I wasn't gambling. I was trading with proper risk management, a dream with a plan that I had planned out and mapped out. And with a system that I know worked, I traded a double bottom that has a 68% chance of winning. I gave myself basically a 70% chance of winning and went to bed. Woke up in the gains. Was that an accident? I can teach you how to do it every single day here on the channel. If you go to CryptoLifer.com, if you show up with me every single day relentlessly, I haven't taken a day off since April of 2023. And we got you, baby. We got you. Price action is going to be slow just throughout the summer. Once we get past July, August kicks in. Volatility starts to rip, September, and then it gets back to insanity. So be okay with this time. Hang out with your kids, set your trades, and go for a walk. It's a good time, man. Trust me. You owe it to yourself not to beat yourself up 365 days a year. Me too. I'm talking to myself. As a trader, we got to take some time. It can't be you. It can't be the trades every single day. I mean, I can't believe how much I put the trades out in front of, as like my main focus for the day. And it is a grind. Some days are a grind. Some days I feel like I put everything in, get stopped at a break even, barely win. Like yesterday was a grind, But, then I wake up $1,600 and I realize how much I love this life. And I just keep grinding. And next thing you know, I got more money than I had before. So shout out to anyone. If you have trouble leverage trading or you leverage trade with me, but you just want an extra hands-on experience, jump on into our Discord. And if you're already in the Discord, we have an upsell for $300 one time to have a beautiful mentor that's there 3 days a week, going over the charts in an amazing way and teaching you risk management in a way you may have never seen. That's my man, Master Friend, Aliens. Check him out. It's going to be amazing. All right. Send it, baby. Send it. I know clappers when I see them. Shout out to the lifers and the Claptonians. God bless you, brother. Nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending 100%. I always say, man, the secret to success is getting started. We end every stream with it, and it's the truth. It's the truth. And he says you should take the Sabbath day off. I don't take the Sabbath day off because the devil never takes a day off. And so as a soldier of God, I feel like I will fight and I'll help people every single day. Exactly. Fear and greed sitting at 27 today. You know what I mean? Fancy that. Fancy that. And I wanted to offer you guys some interesting information too as well. All right. You know, the Clarity Act delay is an active threat to the U.S. financial leadership. But I just feel like, you know, I keep saying what I believe, and I used to have these pretty good instincts about this stuff. You know, Robin chain mania continues, right? And crypto's rebound. SEC's long promised crypto safe harbor to be introduced as soon as this month, which is important. That's for DeFi, right? And kind of other parameters based on the SEC and how, you know, and we need that governorship, right? It's important. Crypto rebounds, best looking alts, and Robin chain mania. Funny, right? That's just a way to kind of hype up Robin chain, but that's good. It gets people going. You have to make the connection there, right? Meta is set to launch its own AI chip. The multinational tech company led by Zuckerberg will start manufacturing its own AI chip, Iris, in September. Interesting. Look at that. Bitcoin crossed 200 days of warning signs investors can't ignore. 200 days without real demand. Institutions have gone quiet. What this means for investors, it usually means we're about to pick up steam. These low institutional demand areas and the high sell-offs in the ETF have notoriously become amazing areas to accumulate BTC. But again, you can use it, the fear, for your advantage, or you could use it to sell off. It's up to you to sell the lows. You know what I mean? It's completely up to you and how you want to do it. Sam got the sauce. Fancy that, man. I'm Frog. Shout out to Frog Time. God bless you, man. CC might be in consolidation the last several hours. I hold it long term. I don't stress what it's doing right now. Like, I'm giving to give it 5 years, so I'm not really stressing Canton CC one bit at all. Let's take a look at these altcoins, see if there's an altcoin out there that's getting us going. We're going to kind of go through them. Send out your list of altcoins. Let me know. Send a super chat if you want me to deep dive and go over something. Let's have some fun. Let's make this an amazing stream. Let's break it up, baby. Let's get the energy flowing and going, everybody. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's Thursday. It's July 9th, man. And everybody is chilling. Let's take a look here at Solana. That took a nice bounce on the daily time frame, you know, where we kind of had a nice little long there. Gave almost all of it back, which is crazy. Still on the green from the buy, but gave a lot of it back. Look at that. Started to pump. I was up nicely. Ended up closing the trade in the red, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't going to sit there and get over risk. Now, technically, you could have just kept the trade open if you wanted. I just grabbed the liquidity for another trade and ended up paying me back. So, DeFi coming back this year, it'll be huge. So bullish, yeah. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Ricardo Placencia. That's amazing, man. And that's a really nice cigar, right? Placencias? This is a really nice, you know, maybe you, that's your company. Send me some Placencias. Funny, I don't smoke cigars in the summer. I'm with my kids all the time. And there's just like no one comes over. I don't really like chill, you know. There's no gentleman's night. I'm going to start doing a poker night at the house, though. Like, I don't know. A couple times here and there a month. Or maybe, you know, once or twice a month. Maybe something like, maybe like less than that. Once a month. Are you able to check out Stellar Lumens? I will take a look at Stellar, man. Thank you for asking. Yeah. So look at Sol. I'm still looking for Sol to bounce here, get tight, and eventually break out. I'm bullish on Sol. And I like as it comes back to the 21 and crushes this previous resistance as support. And you want to look, is the 8-hour back above the 200 moving average? Looks like it can. And again, it's following Bitcoin so closely. We're going to see Bitcoin's got to get that move up. Let's take a look at Stellar Lumens for my man, Noah Brown. He sends a super chat. It's baby blue here. My favorite color. A Canadian, too. God bless you. Thank you for the Canadian. And he says, are you able to check out XLM? Let's take a look at Stellar Lumens here for my man, Noah. God bless you, Noah. Thank you for being here. Biblical name. Let's take a look at Stellar Lumens. Whenever you look at a coin, first thing you want to do is you want to look at it on an exchange that you know and use all the time. And you want to look at the bigger time frames. You don't want to make the screen small, like I just did. That was a glitch in the Matrix. But you want to look at the bigger time frame, and you want to see what has been going on. So since 2019, it came out, it dabbled around, had a huge pump from 5 cents all the way to about 79 cents. Okay? So it did about, 5 into 8 is 1 with 3. It did a 16x. All right, that's 80, 5 to 80. Then it dumped all the way back down in the bear market of 2022, 2023, and it went sideways. And then it had 1 month, November of 2024, where it went on an absolute rally from 9 to 62 cents, and it did a 7x. Then it made a lower high in August of 2025, after it pumped from 23 up to 50. Then it recently had a crazy pump from about 20 up to 29. And it's since given most of it back. And it's in a bit of an overall, that's a downtrend. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. When can it officially make that double bottom? It's starting around, looks like it's attempting its first higher low finally. So on the macro, and this thing follows Bitcoin, it's been out when there was only like, there used to be only like 30 coins at one point, or like even 10. At one point, Coinbase only had 3 coins. It had Bitcoin, it had Ethereum, it had Litecoin. Then it added XRP and XLM. Then it added Tezos. Tezos is one of the first coins it ever added. XTZ. There was a point where there was only like 20 coins on Coinbase. I was on Coinbase when there was 2 coins. I joined Coinbase when there was only Bitcoin and Ethereum. I was one of the first people to ever open up a Coinbase account. I still have the same account I've had. It's crazy. And I was telling people to buy Litecoin because what happened was I see Ethereum come out at $9. Next thing you know, it hit $89 and it's on Coinbase. Then I see Bitcoin at $350. Next thing you know, it's like $1,500. There's a 5x there. There's a 10x. And then boom, this coin comes out called Litecoin. It's $5. It was actually $350 when I first started talking about it. And I would walk around my job. I'll never forget it. And I would tell everyone, man, there's this new stuff, cryptocurrency. And it's going to be really big. And I just knew, like, it was like, whether I knew my life, whether I was somewhat intuitive about my own life, like maybe crypto was going to get big and come back down, but I was going to get big with crypto at that. I don't know exactly how, but I had a undying knowing conviction that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency was going to get big. And I knew Litecoin was going to rip. And I told, if you knew me back then and you had a minute to talk to me, I would have brought up Litecoin at one point, and I would have said, hey, man, I don't know what you make a month. I don't know what you're doing, but, man, there's some money in this crypto world. And, look, and I would show you, like, maybe I made a couple grand with this and a couple grand with that. And, he said, why are we talking about this? I've been longer than you, brother. I don't really care, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to silence you, bro. Yeah. I'm not into being told anything by anybody. Yeah, I'm not. You're not my boss. I don't work for you. I'm going to put you on timeout, bro. All right? You can come back when you're ready to talk. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're probably mad at me now, but I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it. So, anyway, back to the show. And out of the nonsense. I shouldn't even have paid attention to it. My bad, but whatever, man. So, the point is so then I was like, man, Litecoin is at $5, and eventually it would go to $100, man. And it actually went over to $400, didn't it? But that's a 20x. And so much happened to me in my life, man, with, So anyway, Stellar Lumens, I've been in it for a long time. I still own Stellar Lumens, by the way. I own a part of it. I did buy into Stellar. I've held it for a long time, and I put my stimulus check in it when I got it. I think around 19 cents, I'm going to say. So it's kind of where it was, because I put my stimulus, and when we got this stymie, it was somewhere here. December of 2020 or something, right? Might be time to long SPCX. That's what I did. That's what I always talk about. I've been going over that. I already have a trade on it inside the trading group. So then we look at Stellar inside the daily time frame. You can see it's coming back to the previous support as resistance. It's attempting some type of double bottom. It doesn't look amazing though. I'll give it to you. It's tight. But say it consolidates here and starts to go up and down inside the range of the nose. It could be considered a right shoulder. I just think it's a long-term asset that's going to have something to do with the financial system in the beginning. XRP, all this stuff. So I hold some XLM. You do whatever makes you happy. Sam not only got people into crypto, but he started the no pants movement, right? First guy not to wear pants and make $1 million wearing no pants. Straight up. I tell people you didn't need to wear pants to make money. That was just an old school idea. All right? You can sit in your home inside your tidy whities and make money. Exactly. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Gotta be bigger or better all time. Why so many people like the fear and ego. Exactly. And the corner son. That's it, my guys. I'm not coming back to this channel. God bless you, man. You'll be back, man. I'm here all the time. What the heck did I do, man? That's so weird. God bless you, bro. Appreciate you. You'll be back. The thing is, I'm so consistent that you will be back. That's what people don't realize. You'll be back. Everybody comes back to the lifer. I'm your favorite analyst. Buck naked below the jacket. Yeah, what do you mean this channel on top? Far, yeah. We have no pants and Kobe back and work from home. I know, right? Wow, people are whack. Yeah, whatever, man. People do whatever they want. Yeah. For all you know, it's just someone from another a competitive channel trying to make it look, you know what I mean? There's so many people out there engagement farming me, man. And that's actually a blessing for us. You know what I mean? People are like, damn, I got to grow my channel. Let me go to his channel and do whatever I can, right? He be back. Yeah. You wearing pants today, lifer? I don't know. Am I? Do you guys think I'm wearing pants? Am I wearing pants? If somehow, some way I could get a pair of pants on while this happened. All right. 777 to the crypto wifer. Is she out there? I don't see her. But God bless her if she's in the chat. She's the best. Losers get mad at success. It's just life, 100%. So am I wearing pants? Only time will tell. What color pants am I wearing if I am wearing pants? Yeah, you got pants in my opinion. Hey, my man thinks I got pants on. And someone watch the show and be like, what the heck is this guy talking about his pants for? You know what I mean? Like, what the? Arbitrum. Someone asked for Arbitrum. We'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll never show you guys. You know, if I wasn't wearing pants and I never get up, then you'll never know. Market cap down bad, epic bounce. Thank you, brother. You know, I don't trade stuff that goes up and down like that. Looks sketchy to me. Let's take a look at Lab. It was used like a piñata, apparently, for somebody. Shorting and longing. Wow, what the heck did they do to that thing? Look at that thing. Dumped it, pumped it back inside, dumped it again. Yikes. Looks dead to me. I don't know what happened there, but that looks, I mean, look at shoulder, head, right shoulder. Look at the head and shoulder it made. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. The 21 and the 200 were very far apart. The time to get in, we were just talking about that. You get in when something slows, like it expanded. Wow, they rugged that thing. Still at 75, which is crazy, but dang. I did not trade that puppy. Sketchy business. I mean, let's got that big candle on the daily. Let's get back to our live trade. We're in a live trade right now for Bitcoin, by the way. We're up 277 here on the trade. Let's take a look at what's happening here. Live on WEEX Trading, baby. And we got the 1 hour getting a bit of a bounce. We traded the 30-minute. That got a bit of a bounce candle, too. Let's make this nice and big for you and show you what's going down. WEEX has a TradingView widget. You can add everything that you have there on TradingView. Look, so we bounce. I'm looking for the bounces off the 21 moving average. There it is right there. That's where I would enter a trade here in this area. Last night, we already made $1,600. I woke up to that money. I gave the trade to the trading group. Stop loss and everything. That trade's actually still in the money right now. Still in that trade if you took it. I took profits because I woke up in my bed up $1,600 and I said I should just sell. I said it'll be a happy day no matter what. I said I'll hit the stream and say I made money in my sleep and then it'll be great, right? I'm also trading the S&P 500 here, which is now down $30. That thing is starting to come strong. Trade's up the biggest it was all day. I think up 340. I think at one point it was up 400 on that wick, though, earlier today. I'm staying strong on this idea. I like what I'm seeing. I'm looking for the breakout. If you took this trade with me, which I gave on the live stream, you're in the money right now with me. And you can see me also making sure I could only lose about $200. I was super strong on my risk. And remember, we made $1,000 yesterday too. So up about, $2,700 in under 30, under 30 hours, and added to this trade up about $4,000. Let's keep pushing, baby. Let's keep going. And then if the S&P trade plays out, man, that'll be extra pay. I don't like to trade altcoins on Lev. For some reason, I never get great luck. 63, look, we're getting the pump to the upside. Let's take a look at Bookmap. Bookmap, link in the description. I just get a commission. They do not sponsor the channel. Just want to make that really clear. I'm actually going to stop, and I'm going to reload again. This has been going since yesterday without a time. I did put my computer to sleep, but that's it. So I just like to restart it again. The RAM eats up. And let it go. Don't double click on it. It'll take its time. I learned my lesson now there. Shout out to anyone here. And we're going to say it again. We've said it almost every single day for 3 weeks straight. Put a 333 in the chat if you made gains trading with me today on the channel, or if you made gains in the trading group. Sammy the foot over here. Hey, my foot is not looking good. You don't want to see my foot. Anyone want to see my foot? People are like, dude, I don't have a foot fetish. I don't want to see your foot. And mostly men here, why would we want to see your foot? Stop being a weirdo. I'm sorry. Jesus. I want you guys to know how I'm fighting through some pain here. If you looked at my foot, you'd be like, dang, I think you'd earn some respect. You'd be like, damn, that guy's foot don't look good. You know what I mean? Like, he's live streaming through foot pain. That man's the man. No painkiller, no nothing, no nick, The rippage from BTC. I mean, the rippage is beautiful. Put a 333 if you made gains here on the channel, trading with the lifer. God bless you. Show it. Show us your foot. Check my X, Sam. Looking gorgeous. Really? I haven't looked at that project in a long time. I think I still have some inside of a hardware wallet, a decentralized wallet somewhere. We want to see how the progress is going. Send the pics. Oh, yeah, I could do the stream where I add the... We could do it from like the phone, you know what I mean? Video ninja style. Nothing better than that, honestly. 1080p, call iPhone, go to video.ninja, all right? So cool. Talk to Bradley in August about the program he's doing right now. And interesting. We all want to see the purple pants you're wearing. You want to see my pink pants. I know what you want. I know. You want to see the pink pants. You ain't going to see them, though. Ain't going to happen. Nobody gets to see the pants today. That's it. You got to wait to the end of the stream to find out if I got pants on or not. I will reveal towards the end if there are pants. But only towards the end. All right, that's it. That's it. No exceptions. All right. That's it. No exceptions, man. All right, and no one gets freebie. No freebies. No free previews over here. You want to see the feet? You gotta pay. Show the foot, Sammy. I'm setting it up right now. We'll get it going. We'll get it going in a second. If it can work, you never know. It takes forever. Forever, ever. Then it glitches sometimes. Oh, I got it. All right, here you go. Foot doesn't look good, man. Brace yourself. You'll be like, this after 6 months? This is how you still look? My gosh. What's wrong with you, Sammy? There's a puzzle piece from one of my kids, but look at my foot, man. That doesn't look... I mean, the camera angle makes it look way worse. But, like, it's so swollen. It's so swollen. It's so beat up. It looks like a hamburger piece of meat. Like, it's so beat. It is so beat. Look at the bruising. Look at the... Oh, my gosh. But you know what? God is great. I can walk on it. I can move it. Look at this. I got all my. I couldn't even. When you rupture your Achilles, you can't even move your foot. You're done, man. You know what I mean? You're done. Anyway, that's it. We'll end that there. No more pain. No more pain and anguish. You know what I mean? And you could see some of my pants there. So you may get, there was a preview of pants. I kind of let it out the bag there. I may have made a mistake by letting out a piece of the pants. Dude, I thought you were in a cowboy blue. Poof, that's a fatty. I wish you healing, man. That foot looks like a female Walmart shopper's foot. Your cable management worries me more. No, I don't care about, man. It's, you know what I mean? The white toenail balls, you guys are gross, man. I had a foot fetish. I don't anymore. Thank you. Hey, anytime, man. Yeah, and I do need the DSMO. Yeah. No, I've been taking a lot of turmeric throughout the last few months. Like, constantly. So the trade's up 368. We already made about, $1,400 after fees. So we're doing great. Could turn into a $2,000 day. And yesterday was a nice day. So it's starting to add up over time. All right? And we will win if we just keep going, man. Your biggest trade is coming. Your next big trade is just right around the corner, folks. It's just right around the corner, man. You just got to keep pushing and believe it in yourselves. All right? And don't give up. When people aren't paying attention to crypto is the time when it starts to kind of come back strong. Could Ansem come back up and get tight in there, or does it make a right shoulder? Look out for the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. That may be the end. That may be all we got out of this. You know what I mean? You never know. We'll see how the people respond. Right? No pain, no gain, baby. Stick to the BBQ. Looks like a good joint of meat. Oh, my God. Anybody buying? Sounds like some freaking carnivorous, cannibalist stuff over there. That's cannibalist. We got the King of Trades going right now. Sam Price in the community exclusive. Jump on in today. All right, I got a link for that campaign. And we have a link probably in the description for it if you want to jump on in. But I just pasted it in. And if you just sign up and you're a new person to WEEX, enjoy up to 100% fee rebates and extra perks. All right? You just got to generate, you got to trade during that trading period and trade during the event time. All right? So there you go. Jump on in. That's something that they give back, give you a higher tier, give you a $900 rebate and, VIP trials. Pretty awesome. So just something to give back to the community. Check it out today. I think we also had a banner for it inside of the... Yeah, they got a banner there. Boom. There it is. Trade to become a VIP. Enjoy 100% fee rebates and extra perks. Only with Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. Check it out on weeks.com. Link here in the description and always by the Nightbot as well as right there as the pinned commento. All right. If you want to trade, we trade, man. Every single day I'm grinding. All right. Showing you how to make a day's pay every single day. Some days aren't perfect, and also managing risk. You know what I mean? How does it look? It's tell me just broke out of the 30-minute inverted head and shoulder. I don't know who he's talking about. Is that me? I didn't say it was dumping. I said it was dumping? No, never. I did not say it was dumping. I like it. I'm up $400 in the trade, the biggest we've been on the stream. 18% gains. Imagine making 18% too. I didn't have to use tons of money. It's not like, oh yeah, but you scalped 10 grand. I used $2,100 at 33x leverage, turning it into a 1.1 Bitcoin trade. So it's about like $6,900. Now, $69,000 trade. No big deal. Same thing here, right? Did I flip green in the S&P yet? Oh, I'm so close. Only $26. So again, I'm bullish on the S&P. Gave you a trade there. Talked about it. Gone over it on the macro video that I put out every single Friday afternoon. And yeah, we just don't stop, man, giving you the data and the information. And if there's nothing to trade, I trade Bitcoin. And I basically trade BTC and I DCA into Bitcoin. When the market turns around, I start swing trading altcoins spot heavy. And then I'll do a little bit of I'll do way more alt trading when the market's in better. But I don't push my students or me. I know when the market's the best. I'm pretty spoiled. I've been in the market so long. The longer you've been in the market, you know when the times are the best because you can understand trading. You're like, well, and I can see when the environment is going to be, and I know when the environment will come back again because it always does. So in my mind, this environment it hasn't been the greatest. So I'm taking precaution and just still making money the way I know how. And I know there's going to be a time where I get to make way more money as long as I don't do anything stupid so when it's hard to trade, people chew their money out. Then when it becomes more simpler and there's more opportunity, they have no money. I've been there. I've seen that. And then I've gotten to a point where I did the right thing during the hard times, and then I had a lot of capital for the good times. And then during the bad times when everyone else was basically over trading themselves, I was just DCAing in and making smaller gains. Not stressing it, not trying to be a big shot, not trying to make tons of money, And that's when everything changed for me when I started chipping away and then having a long-term goal. So I had a long-term plan with Bitcoin, and I had a compounding nature in my brain just to make more than I made the day before. That was it. No greed, remove greed from the story and start to become more responsible for not losing money. It's funny. They tell you the first rule of trading is not losing money. The second rule is look at rule number 1. And everyone laughs at that like it's a joke, but it's honestly that's like the first skill you could actually learn is how to keep it in the bag, So look, here we are. Still looks healthy to me. There's nothing wrong with this. Make that right shoulder on the 15-minute. That's why using multiple time frames can sometimes, yes, be confusing, mixed signals, but also sometimes give you clarity that nobody else can see because they don't understand how to use them. Imagine we make this nice $2,000 today. It would be an awesome play. On top of the $1,500, make it turn into a $3,500 day. Remember, we had a $5,000 Friday just on Friday afternoon, last Friday, right? So we're still riding now, over $7,000 in profits in less than a week. That ain't bad, okay? Even with all the losses that I took here and there. Proper risk management, man, just grinding through. And telling myself that the next big trade is always right around the corner, that opportunity is always around the corner, and never getting depressed in my head over a couple losses. Never letting a few losses make me stop to trade. Yesterday, if I got scared to open up another trade, I never would have made gains. I made all my losses back on the live stream, back in the Discord. People that only watch the Discord never saw that. That only watch the live stream never saw that. They didn't see me battle back and make the money yesterday. But that's okay. Fine. Is what it is, man. I'm not here to, to prove anything. I'm here to just show you. Look at just one thing I want to show. The tick pandemic is pretty crazy here. This is the size of the tick I pulled off my daughter. You wouldn't even know that was a tick. Look at my thumb, man. It's literally 1/100th of my thumbnail. I feel like you could put over maybe even 1/200th of my thumbnail. That's crazy. This was it on her skin. We weren't even, we were like, is it really there? It was definitely a tick though. When you look at it, you can see the little legs and so insane. And we do everything we can. We spray our kids. We watch them all the time. We do the best we can with it. You got to pay attention though. So worst comes to worst, they stop, hunt me out at 166, maybe double bottom. I get another chance to get back in. I'm going all the different ideas that could happen to me. And I'm okay with them. I'm not going to emotionally overtrade because something happens that I didn't plan. I'm thinking through each parameter and I'm okay with it. I could have taken 400 now twice in a row. But, I'm just waiting my turn for the trade. Might be smart to go below that wick there. But then I got to risk 300. I'm not I don't like losing 3 of. And am I being greedy? It looks like we're holding a trend line that's really tight here. I feel like a big move is coming very soon. Bitcoin's getting very tight here. It's not giving itself much room in the range. Bounce, bounce, bounce. You know what I mean? When Bitcoin gets tight in a range, it gets violent. And somebody's about to get massive. There's going to be a massive dump. Either there's going to be a double top here dump, or there's going to be a tight rip. But they're about to go after the shorts or the longs in the next 30 minutes to an hour at the very most. I don't see how it could last an hour. A move is happening. And that's another reason why I like pattern trading. Let me explain how pattern trading gives you an edge that people don't realize. Price action. Comes up, comes down, comes up, comes down. Like someone that doesn't know pattern trading is just looking at price. They're just watching it. A pattern trader is making the edges and now knows that, wow, we don't have much time till a move happens. Even if you didn't know, and the patterns even give you a direction, but even if the patterns didn't give you, hey, there's a high likelihood of this or that, they tell you when something's about to happen. You know when the pattern gets this tight that in 30 minutes to an hour, a big pump or a big dump is coming. Patterns tell you that by getting price tight. Like when this got tight, you started drawing your pattern. You knew that there was a move coming. When this got really tight inside of this channel, you knew that slow, oh my God, something is happening. Boom. They can help you position yourselves because they can show you when there's about to be a pump. Anyone that tells you pattern trading doesn't work has no clue what they're talking about. Get away from them. Huge pump for Bitcoin. Rips out the flag. I just said that a big move was coming any second now. And there it goes, up $500 in the trade. Makes me want to flip that to break even now. I think I should just take my 500, man. I've been there 3 times now. But man, the thought of making that $2,000. Now I can't lose any money. I moved the stop loss to break even. I just pay for basically I'll break even on the fees. I got a limit order in there. It only cost me $11 because I limited it in. Make sure you limit it in, not mark it in if you can. That means the price has to come down to your price. You basically, if you're in, you have to put if it's at 63,107, you have to go in at 63,104 and hope that it comes down into your price. 64,600 for Bitcoin. $400 on the move. Back down 378. It was kind of it was a pump out of nowhere. Look at that. That's why there's people that are getting really emotional on the small time frames. Oh my God, Could be a kind of a nice, you know what? I like how that's even like this. I feel like it just faked a breakout. See who could catch. Went down and then ripped whoever put their stop loss in the pattern or something. That's kind of nuts. I see that continuing. I still like what I'm seeing. I play the moving averages so the chop doesn't bother me and it doesn't throw me off because as long as the 21's above the 200 and my stop's below the 200, I don't really care what they're doing. I don't care. Be nice if I could just take a nice 1,000 out of the trade. A nice 1,000 out of the trade there. I could take the 370 and never trade again for the rest of the day. Be up about $1,800. Call it a day. You know what I mean? I like $1,800 a day while I'm on, you know what I mean, quote unquote vacation with my kids in the summer. I'm never on vacation, but it feels like it. I spend more time with my kids. Yesterday there was a street fair in the local town. It's once a year. It's the big street fair. All the companies come out. Everyone comes out. They introduce their products. They talk. There's this and that. The big lobster rolls come out from this old church. The biggest lobster roll you'll ever see in your life. Like literally. I'll put a clip out for it showing you guys what it was like last night on X if you want to see my Instagram too as well. So check it out. But yeah, and I've been going to that street fair since I was, 8 or 9 years old was the first time I think I ever went. And then I would stay at my buddy's house and it was right near his house and I would always go and it was like the first time I was ever allowed to walk outside in the streets alone. You know what I'm saying? So my memories of like running around, buying what you want, your dad giving you, if you're lucky enough, my dad gave me a little couple dollars. I could buy, maybe a couple toy, whatever was on my mind, get a burger, get an ice cream, have a blast, man. And me and my buddies would run around and kind of, have a good time. And then as we got older, 17, 16, we'd all sit at my buddy's house and we'd drink a couple, hang out, get ready. And then we'd all walk to town and go to the street fair together. And just have a blast. You know what I mean? And then years went by where I didn't go as much because I would forget about it. I didn't really remember. I wouldn't be on the island at the time because I only had so many. Now I come back for a good amount of 2 months and July 8th, baby, the street fair, man. The first weekend in July. It's the first. It's the second Wednesday in July, I think it is. That's how they do it. But anyway, shout out to Vineyard Haven and the street fair. Good times. Good times. We're still in the trade. Live trading here with Sam Price on WEEX. Holding it down. Waking up with gains and staying in gains. It's a beautiful day. It doesn't always pan out that way. Some days it's harder than others, man. You guys know that watching me the last few weeks. It's not always daisies. But if you believe in yourself, if you keep pushing and you have a positive mindset, you will create opportunity. The people that are getting it are the people that are believing in it. The opportunity is feeding opportunity to the minds that are projecting it. And it's feeding negativity and disopportunity to the minds that are focused on that. Whatever you're focused on, you're going to feed yourself. You're in control more than you ever realize. And most people don't realize that. They think the world is in control and you're a leaf floating on a stream, but you are actually in control. And I talk about this every single day. Even I'm a pure example of it. I believed I was going to work for somebody and get a paycheck. And even though in my mind I said I want to start a YouTube channel, I want to have my own business, I didn't actively do it. I kept going to work. So of course I was going to keep getting paid by going to work, right? Because that's what I was actively doing. One day my mom said, start a YouTube channel, man. Make the logo. Like, get the camera going. You know what I mean? Record the video. And I did that. And I made a logo, recorded a video. And I did it again and again. Next thing you know, my life changed. Oh my God, how? My mind changed. Once my mind decided I was going to start creating a new opportunity for myself, a new opportunity arrived. Oh my God. It's like, oh my, is it magic? But when you're down and out and you're not controlling your life, you think everyone that's successful is like got hooked up or it's some luck, and you tell yourself, oh, it's not going to be me. And the negative self-talk talks you outside of opportunity. You tell yourself there's no opportunity because you're so depressed and in your head. I've been there so many times. I know exactly what it's like. And then you repeat negative thoughts. Then you hang out with people that repeat negative thoughts. And then that's the kind of people you hang out with. Now you're attracting that type of energy. So now you're around that. Now you're all saying negative stuff together. Yeah, the boss is a nasty guy. Yeah, he keeps all the money to himself. He doesn't like any of us. Yeah, this job does suck. Next thing you know, there's no gratitude. Now you have cortisol. Now you have stress. Now you're not creating positivity through your mind, body, and soul. Now you're not creating opportunity. Now you're not attracting opportunity. You're attracting negativity. There's no in between. You're either building or you're in negative. Because when you're not building, you're actually stagnant. When you're stagnant, you're not thinking possibly. So you're either building positive thoughts every single time, every single day, or you're going backwards. I'm sorry to tell you, it's that hard. You need to be that hard on yourself about your physical discipline, about your mental discipline, about your thoughts, about how you think about yourself, the world around you, and the people you around. Build people up around you. Tell them how much you care and love them. Do not break people down. Do not break your kids down. You do have to discipline them sometimes. You do have to be critical of them. You got to help them. You know the best time to help your kid? They do something wrong. You observe it. A couple hours later, you come up to them with a soft voice and you say, listen, earlier today, remember what happened, man? See how it didn't really work out? Think how would have you done this? Let's try to do that next time. I think we'll have a better result. Okay, Dad, thank you. I'm going to try that next time. Then they actually do it next time. Then they come up to you and they say, hey, I did what you said. I implemented that change. You know? And you know what I mean? You don't have to yell. You have to talk sternly and make deep mental connections when teaching your kids. Show them the reasons why you're telling them something. Logically connect the dots. Say, this doesn't work when you do that. I attempt to make life better for you by teaching you these lessons. I don't want to be a mean dad. I aim to help you. It's not easy. Parenting is a journey every single day. I have 3 kids, and every day is a lesson in parenting. Every single day. You do better every time. And each kid, you learn the lessons from the first kid that helps you prepare to become better. So look, a lot of people want to make tons of money. Sam, you're only up $260. Why can't you have a big trade? Why don't you make thousands of dollars? You know, this trade's it's already $2,000. If Bitcoin just drops somewhere down in here, I'm losing $300. If it drops down here, I'm losing $1,000. I don't know if people realize how risky this trade really is, right? But I've been doing these types of trades for so long. I feel really comfortable with my stop loss very close to price action. And I don't really stress it. Look, the 777 just flashed. It was 310 777s. I saw it. Unbelievable. Amazing. And how sweet will it be if this right shoulder just takes off and goes on a mountain mission to the upside here, eats through these shorts, And again, we got the liquidity. The big red is above us. And if you watch my channel, big red tends to get eaten before anything else. Let's take a look back at Bookmap. We got it up and running again. Fly. Look at that thing flying. Liquidity marker. And the biggest red tends to get eaten. That's at 63.9, 64,000. I'll take profits at 64K. We may not get to 64,669. I'll take 1,000 instead of 2,100. What's fine? But the 21's still above the 200. We're still consolidating. No reason to leave the trade. No emotions needed. You don't really look at the money going up and down. That doesn't matter. It's the structure. If this structure broke and we lost this trend line, started to play around, I'm out. I don't care about the money. If it stays tight and breaks out, there's no reason to leave the trade. I'd like to have my stop below the 200. I am pretty vulnerable. In a second, they could wick this down and stop me out. The sad thing is I could get stopped out on a wick, and then within a minute or two, not going to be able to get back in, and they could pump this thing. All those things have happened to me. I'm open-minded to each scenario, as I said before. I'm not stuck on one thing happening. I read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I want you all to read it. It's an audiobook on YouTube, and multiple people have it out there for free now. Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas. What he's going to teach you is how to keep your mind stable through different losses and wins. How to keep, don't get overexcited if you win 5 straight. I've won 21 trades straight before. Can you believe that? 21 trades straight. I've lost 1 trade and won 11. I've done it many, many times. Right? I've lost 4 trades straight. I've lost 5 trades straight. So I've gone through so many different scenarios as a trader. And that's the edge. No AI can do that for you. And I feel bad for some of the people because they're going to use AI, they're going to tap the buttons, and maybe they make some money, but they're never going to understand it the way I understand it. And maybe they don't need to. Maybe they can go out or hang out with their friends. It's like, I like this idea of universal income. AI does everything. Robot, in the next 50 years from now, every robot does everything. Trash, there's no trash truck guy. You don't need to be a trash truck guy. There's no post office. We're probably not going to even have real mail anymore. It's going to become digitized. Everything will become digital. We will phase out physical mail, just like we phased out the physical dollar. Physical documents will be phased out at one point. Every document will be a virtual document. 100%. Facts. If you know what I mean? Writing on a piece of paper will become obsolete. Because you won't have to write a message anymore. It'll be all voice translated into an AI document. You'll touch a button. Hey, write this for me, blah. I still do it all the time now. I barely type anymore. I sit there and say, hey, do this, do that. And AI does it for me. It's amazing. You feel like you're, Tony Stark and Iron Man now. Soon it's going to be like Mission Impossible. They still got drag and drop with your hands. It's coming, folks. This is the future. Get ready. The more you embrace it and get ready for it, the better off you'll be. You can fight it all you want. The beauty of it all is AI will help us. But as a human being, spending a weekend looking over a mountain or a waterfall will still be a blessed moment. And you could use AI to maybe pitch a tent for you. You know what I mean? Maybe you have a camping robot. You could press a button. You could sit there and go for, maybe a small walk, or maybe say you get to a campsite. It's a hot day. It's a beautiful little lake out there. You got your swimsuit. So what you do is, you throw a little beat sheet. You and your kids go, you jump in the lake. And then you press the button and the robot takes care of everything. By the time you're out the lake, your entire campsite's been built. The tent has been done. The barbecue has even been started and poised. The meat's been prepped. What if, Unreal. This is the future, man. What I just said is so important, though. One thing I just said is so important. You know what the AI can't change is you sitting there with your kids playing in that lake. AI can't do that for you. Watching the mountain and saying, wow, what a beautiful day this is. Being grateful for the experience. AI will never truly replace the human experience. It can only enhance certain parts of it. But it's not going to change life forever. There's going to be a transition where people think everything changes, and things will. But there's also going to be a transition where things go back to the way they were through AI in a way. You know what I mean? It's always going to be the morphing and then the collapsing, and the morphing and the collapsing. The key is to find investments throughout this time period. And that's what we're going to do. In the next 10 years, if you stick with me, you watch this channel, and you keep showing up, This is bigger than Bitcoin. This is bigger than all this stuff. This is about my long-term ideals. And you guys are going to watch me through my real estate, through crypto, through everything I've been doing as I continue to grow. I got Airbnbs now bringing in income, right? I've changed my life in many ways. I live in Florida. I told you I was going to move to Florida way before when I lived in Boston. I left a one-bedroom apartment in Queens. When I started the channel in a one-bedroom apartment in Queens. I was working a night shift at the time. Crazy. Or I might have been in between. I think the night shift had just ended. I was in between. I just finished the night shift maybe a year and a half ago, but I was in between work. I was but I was fresh off the night shift. This could be a double top. We're fighting. We need a bounce again. They keep testing these levels. They keep getting rejected by 63.2. Keeps hitting it and getting rejected, hitting it and getting rejected. Very close to my stop now. I'm willing to lose $70 now because whatever, 77 to keep my stop below the 200. I think that's a more intelligent play there. And you're watching this trade take forever. The movement was last night, man. I made the money in my sleep. I never know when the big money's going to come. I'm lucky that I took a shot when I did. That's the thing, man. It's not about over trading, but you do have to keep trading. There's no P&L without a profit and loss. You have to have 17 trades to say I won 6, I lost 11, I lost 11 or whatever it is, vice versa. And there's no such thing as a P&P. It's, a profit and profit. A lot of traders say I never lost, look at I win every time. They piecemeal a few of the wins and they maybe take a good week where things were really good. Don't get me wrong, I've had great wins. It's just about consistency over time, that's all. And it's about how you feel about your trading style. Knowing, do you fit it inside a parameter? And some days there is going to be market manipulation to the point of no return. There's going to be ups and downs, stop hunts, low volume liquidity grabs, summer liquidity grabs. And you got to know when you're at. Summer trading is not the same as winter trading. You know what I mean? It's not the same as October, November, December. They're the best volatility in the world. Everyone, we have 894 beautiful souls. Let's get to 1,000 people here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for each and every one of you for jumping on in. I'm giving you live trades, live stuff every day. I'm showing you my accounts. I'm not playing games. Bless you all for being here, and thank you. So this is kind of where we sit for BTC now on the day. And someone asked about Arbitrum. Let's take a look at the super chats. If there was one, let's take a look. Wow, we do have some super chats. Are you able to check out XLM? We did look at that. Thank you. Check out MyX. Okay. Hey, Sam, a quick look at JTO. So let's look at JTO and MyX. Shout out to my travel guide. Shout out to Russell Dingham. Shout out to Russell Dingham. God bless you, Russell. Wow, over 3 years as a lifer. Awesome experience. Shout out to D-Dubs here for 3 years. And we did look at Lab. Shout out to Reliable J with the 777, man. Thank you so much, brother. Very nice of you. I saw something else here. There is Marcus. We miss having you here in NYC, Sam. We had too many fun times. We did, man. I had a good time in New York City, baby. But, man, I had to go to Florida, man. Can you look at Gwen? Florida is a quiet life for me. New York City had so many people in and out of my life all the time. I was on the train over here. Florida is a quieter life. I drive to the store, a couple times, and I drive to the beach. I'm mainly cooped up in my gated community, all kind of nice and safe, I guess. You know what I mean? Which is good and bad sometimes. And, it's less culturally diverse. I see basically all white people literally all the time in Florida. In New York, I was around every type of nationality, from Malaysian to Chinese, black, white, Spanish, you name it. You know what I mean? African, I learned so much. I had friends of all races, shapes, and sizes. It was amazing. So a little different. But I culturalize my kids. I want them to learn. They'll get some nice trips to New York City. And you know what? I think I'm eventually going to buy something in the village. I think I'm going to buy an apartment in the village one day. You know what I mean? Somewhere, and maybe I'll bring my family there for a month in November. We'll homeschool the kids and we'll take them for a month. They'll spend a month in, November to Christmas or something. We'll spend them. I don't know what we'll do, but He goes, I love my white people. That's Sarasota. Yeah, Sarasota is pure white bread, man. I didn't even know it was going to be that white. Like, it's crazy. I think you should check out Celestia. Looks juicy with that cup and handle on the daily that's currently breaking out. Very tight moving averages. Thank you for saying that. Let's take a look at the super chats people are asking about now. First one on the board is MyX. MyX Finance here on WEEX. MyX looks interesting. It is pumping back to the upside on the 1 hour time frame. Showing some signs of life. I like that. It's looking pretty interesting. MyX, man. I remember this coin a long time ago, too. Sorry. So when we look at it, I mean, kind of had an inverted head and shoulder. It bounced back to the upside on the 1 hour off that double bottom. Kind of like Bitcoin. A lot of coins said, okay, Bitcoin's going to come back. We're going to come back. I mean, it has some very strong bull div here. But like everything, this coin has been wiped. Wow, 7 cents. And it was in this long time consolidation for so long. Heard like Allen Iverson was getting into this thing and Michael Jordan and all this stuff. And it was supposed to be the Solana bridge. And oh man, never happened. 4 hour could break through possibly what, 11 cents? I don't know. I'm not a fan of what I'm looking at here, brother. 15-minute is in a bit of a flag, 21 above the 200. So if Bitcoin can kind of go up today, or at least even go sideways and not take a massive dump, yeah, there's a chance MyX goes up to 9 cents. I think it's high risk, though. I don't think I'd be touching it. Even if it does go up there, I don't think I'm going to miss anything about it, but... Right. So, I don't know. Anyway, let's get back into the super chats there for a second. And someone asked about JTO. My man, Russell. Let's look at JTO. Had a nice little run up because Solana was getting some run. And Solana DeFi behind the scenes. I was looking for it to consolidate, continue, make a nice, hit that alert. And then we get in. But look, it didn't. It left. It left the pattern and dumped to the downside. That's why you use an alert system. It'll save you from getting into trades when there's just, it doesn't have. You basically map out the best trade possible and say, I'll get in if it does the best. If it doesn't do the best, you don't get in. That's why I like my alert system. Look, that says the 618 could be coming. It might be making, wow, we pump on the weekly for a while. 25 cents all the way back to 88. We did have almost a 4X. I'd say it comes back down there on the 618. Even the 3-day chart, like it just took a dump and it's touching the 21. It might bounce here. There's some supportive resistance right around here, but it's not, Looks like a temporary bounce, but over time, it looks like it may take its time. End of August or something, it starts to really come out its shell. Nasty dump there in the last 2 days, too. That's bearish engulfing candles. Kind of like cat ears. You could have seen it. I bet it was cat ears in the 4 hour time frame. Yeah, you can see it there a bit. Definitely a bit of a double top. I don't like what I'm seeing. It doesn't look amazing for me. I think there's going to be better setups out there if I scan the market. So I'm no. If anything, it looks like a bear flag that wants to go lower, no? And I don't know what happened. Did they get exploited or something? I don't know. It's weird, right? Because they were looking hot. Maybe they bounce back to the top of the channel. I don't love it. I don't love it. It looks too risky for me. I don't see high probability ideas that I'm in love with right now. No. I could be wrong. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking a session. But yeah, that doesn't call my name for sure. And I could be wrong. 90% chance we bought them at 50K still on the table. It is still on the table, Scottish Crypto. I stand by it, man. I stand by it. Bitcoin shopping probably wrecking people. Yeah, that's why I've learned to stay off of the small time frames for the last few weeks. Almost every time I traded them, I've hit them, but they've been giving me treachery. The big money I made recently, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15. They've been doing too much because when the volume's too low, the order book is too light. And when the order book's too light, the small time frames are so choppy. Think about it. You don't have the liquidity to run it. It's like if you didn't have enough oil in the engine, you had to use it sparingly throughout the engine instead of putting it all through the engine. You put it where you can in the most places that you need it, but other parts might miss out. Not the best analogy, but it's something that works for me. And so look how like this is just, I consider this high risk and it's moving slow. And I'm leveraged at 33, putting every penny against the penny, you know what I mean? Every time Bitcoin moves up $1, I make $1. If it moves down $1, you know what I mean? And then it goes. Now, this is a great way to think about leverage. If you want to make money on Bitcoin, say you want to make $100. So you say, okay, Bitcoin has to go from 62,931, let's just say to 63,31. That's $100. How could you make $100 if Bitcoin goes up $100? Your position size needs to be the exact same size of Bitcoin. I never really see people explain it this way. So I like, So for instance, if I want to make $100 off Bitcoin moving $100, which is probable, right? Bitcoin goes up a couple $1,000s a day. Today, Bitcoin went from 61.8 up to 63.8, right? That's a $1,200 move. That means if I had a position size the same size as Bitcoin, I could have made $1,200. I did. Last night, my position size was bigger than Bitcoin's. And I made myself $1,600. You see what I'm saying? If you want to make more, then your position size is even bigger. So say I want to make 10. Now, if Bitcoin goes up $100 and I want to make $1,000 each, $100. So let's say Bitcoin, I'm looking for Bitcoin to go up $1,000. So it's going to go up from 60, let's say it's 63,000 even. It's going to go from 63 to 64. Okay? And I want to make $1,000 per $100. Well, then I need to make my position size 630,000, 10x times the price of Bitcoin. So then I need to put 60 grand in at 11x leverage, or, you know what I mean? And then you can make them, you know what I mean? So, today I'm a position size, I'm using 2,100 at 33x leverage. Let's do the math for you so you can understand what's going on. I'm using 2,158 times 33. That gives me $71,000 in the trade. So that means I have a little more. So if you divide it by this 62,995, and Bitcoin was lower when I got in, but it's about a 1.1. That means there's an extra 10% on top. So if Bitcoin goes up $100, I make 110. If it goes up $500, I make 550. If it goes up 1,000, I make 1,100. And so I'm looking for Bitcoin to go up from 63,000 right now to 64. That's $1,600. If I do that, and if I do 1,600 plus 160, because I'm making the extra 10%. I'm gonna make about 1,700. It's 2,100 though, because I'm pushing it a little higher. Still looking good, right? We're at 299. The trade looks good. The structure is intact. Nothing has changed about the trade since we got in to the trade around here, around this area. Nothing has changed. Good entry so far on the show. You'll find out if I win the trade inside the trading group if we can't close the trade today on the stream. Go to CryptoLifer.com to sign up and get in and be a part of this. If and this guy says, I want to make 10,000, use desired, want, will call, recreate, lack. If I desire to make 10,000 when it goes up $10, I'm aping 100x. Yeah, that's crazy, right? And some people do that. You can see, look, and now I want to show you when you're trading 100x leverage, how risky it really is. I'm already extremely risky. Bitcoin drops right now by $300. I lose $300. I have to lose more. I lose $330. I don't think so. I think this just puts. I think this is an eye opener to leverage for people when they hear me talk like this. Oh my God, because they just watch these other traders in their positions, but no one explains kind of how they're making them. Other guys, what I'm seeing they're doing is they're across. I'm in isolated separate. They're across. They put 500 grand, 300 grand in here, so they can't really get liquidated. And then they just margin into positions that they go up and down. Now it sounds easier. It's actually really hard and it's painstaking. You have to look at it. You have to know what you're doing. You're juggling money all the time. And if you play it wrong, you can get hit up pretty bad, right? What somebody said is in the cup and handle looks pretty good. TIA. Let's take a look at TIA, which is Celestia, which is a great lending protocol for Atom. I mean, right off the bat, I like what I'm looking at. It's above the 200. It's consolidating. As far as I'm concerned, it already broke out. It looks like it's going to continue further to the upside to 56 cents. A bit of a double bottom there too, which solidifies a low at what, 29? Yeah. I see that thing breaking up. And look, there's a gap in the VRVP. See the VRVP on the right? And then it could say it goes all the way to $1. I still own a lot of this coin, actually. I bought into it. I had it staking at their site. Kepler. The Kepler is where you do all your Atom DeFi, right? Always got sand in my hair, man, because I'm at the beach lately a lot. Super Chat, Mayax, and Jitto. We did those both. Thank you, Lakochi. And if you want to trade where we trade, go to CryptoLifer.com and subscribe, baby. And you can learn. Or go to WEEX if you want to trade on the links that I'm trading on and get the perks that I offer through my trading links. And look, trading takes time. You've been in, if this ends up making me $2,000, that's $2,000 a day, man. I used to make $1,800 a week. I used to be okay with making $1,800 in a week, and I used to have to get up, get on my bike, go to work, sit there all day, take a lunch break. Man, I used to stretch out that lunch break. I used to walk a little further than I needed to go to this, and eat tabbouleh. And I always try to be healthy at lunch, Walk real slow. Towards the end of my working career, man, I'm going to write a book about it. It's insane. I got to write a book about my life one day. It'll be pretty nuts. I don't think people will ever believe it. I don't think they'll ever believe it. But it'll be pretty cool. It defies a lot of the things that people say about certain things. My life. And so I don't listen to what people say because everyone's life is different. Everyone has a different path. And everyone's meant for a different destiny. When you compare your destiny to mine and get depressed, that's impossible because you have such a different set of, things that you're here to accomplish that I'm not here to accomplish. We are not the same. We're doing two different journeys. It's like we're two different characters in a video game and our missions are completely different. Don't compare your mission to anybody else's mission. You never know what God has truly planned for you. This looks like a shoulder, head, right shoulder. We're chopping around here, folks, today. And I'm willing to take it now. And again, I can see today one of the day where they stop hunt me and rip it. That's why I'm also in the weekly trades. The bigger trades can play out over time. I don't have to stress the smaller ones. That's kind of the purity of it all, right? That's what I love about trading, man. Every day there's another day to take advantage of the market. No matter what happened yesterday, today is today, right? There's another day to take advantage. No matter what happened, right? So with that mentality, we could continue to work and continue to find it. But if we get in our heads and get real depressed, then what's going to happen? Nothing. We're just going to do exactly that. We're going to get in our heads and run our minds to the muck. You're in control every day. Remember that all the time. And you can, you will, you are the best. Keep believing in that. Keep saying that to yourself. And before you know it, man, you're going to be in a better place in life because you put yourself there. There wasn't an accident. Nothing is an accident. The second you believe it's an accident, it is. The second you think you're in control, you are. Let that really sit in. You're listening to me right now because I changed my life and decided it was worth it. You've got this more than you'd ever known. It's more than you would ever thought possible. You got this. You just got to start believing you got this and watch it happen. And it will, baby. And it will. More than you know. More than you know. I have more faith in you than you would ever believe. And so does God. And sometimes you do have to go it alone. I think we all do at one point. We come back to the people that make sense to us once we've been through it all. You know what I mean? But getting put through the test is look at every movie you've ever watched. This is the greatest hero. He gets help at one point, but when he finally makes a turning or something happens, he's usually alone, right? When someone finds themselves, they're alone in the woods, they fight the demons alone. Doesn't mean you have to do everything alone, but it means when you truly, really make that transition, you do it alone. When you find who you truly are and go after your destiny, start not playing around and really make it happen, that decision is made alone. Nobody makes that decision for you, and nobody can. Nobody can be the best version of you. You're you. You're the best version of yourself. That's why chasing other people's ideas and templating yourself on someone else just doesn't work, man. Because you're meant to be a unique piece of the universe that no one's ever seen and no one ever will see again. We're all that special. Isn't that amazing? When you really think about it. By the way, I have an amazing announcement to make today. And I hope you'll bear with me on this one, but I'm wearing pants. Nice tan pants. All right? Coat's a little off color so they don't, I'm not completely tan. But yeah, wearing some pants today on the show. Just so you know, wow, we were up $500 almost 3 times in this trade. $400 3 times in this trade. Kind of painstaking to see it, I still got faith it'll bounce one more time, at least make a right shoulder there. See, it's slightly double topping now, though. They do a lot of mixed signals recently. They want people on both sides of the trade a lot, and then they have a low order book. So, the small time frames are going to be absolute treachery. They're going to come get me now with my stop. Oh, no. I'm right there at the 200. Dang, though. And then I'll do around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'll reassess. We might see something completely different. We might be in a short in an hour. And then people are like, but you were long. You got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to look at the charts and make another decision. If they're not going your way at 3 o'clock. I pivoted yesterday and I changed, I was short on the show and then we went long. And we ended up making pretty nice fat gains. So that actual long ended up playing out huge if you took it all the way. I took 2 trades, attempting 3 now. Damn, that looked like a nice breakout. Oh, we were so... See that big fat green candle, like, can it just continue? That's what you're looking for. We had a long show yesterday, too. We went extra long there with Trump. Candle close shakeout. Oh, yeah, the 12 o'clock candle close, too. We got to look at the 1 hour candle and see exactly what it does. Isn't it kind of simple, right? At 12 o'clock, we'll watch the 1 hour candle. And we'll see what it does. Daily looks like it's starting, it wants to close a green candle today. Got some nice wick, like a new higher low. Looks pretty cool. I like that. 1 hour's about to close a candle. Let's take a look here. 46 seconds. Let's see what this could be kind of cool. Something like this. And so right now it opens up with a bit of a dip. We want to open up with a bit of a dip, hit this, come back up, turn green. That's all we need for the next hour. 22 seconds and the candle closes. Might be our new thing every day to watch that 1 hour candle close at the end of the show. So much crazy stuff. Last night, I go to the street fair. So many crazy things, man. Any thoughts on silver? Nah, not right. I mean, it's a little late now. They're going to come get me. Who are they? Tan Pants Lifer Man. I don't know, man. It's the boogeyman, bro. I'll pull them along on my shorts for this bull run. All right, so look, we got a little bit of a dip in the first few seconds. Just enough to make a little bit of a wick. And now we got a bit of a pump back up. That's okay. That's what we're looking for. A bounce on the bottom of the channel here. 50-minute didn't wick too good. 1 minute looks all right, back above the 2. I like it. I'll take it. That candle close could have been worse. It has a little bit of a wick and it's green now. We'll leave you with the trade at 110, 148. Bouncing off the bottom of the trend line. I hope to show you guys a win today at like 5, 6 o'clock. Massive gains. There's a coin called Vannery looking good on the 15. Thank you, man. We talked about it earlier today. Yeah. We went over it earlier, actually, at the beginning of the stream. It's one of the first things I went over because the chart was still up from yesterday. Yeah, I'm still looking at it here. It looks like it could pump. I agree. That looks bullish to me. Vannery looks interesting. Thank you very much for reminding us. I appreciate that. Everybody, thank you so much for being here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, kicking it with the lifer and having an amazing live stream with me. May God bless you all. May you continue to push forward every single day and stay positive no matter what. Remember, you are your best cheerleader and your own worst enemy. The secret to success, I told you what it was. It's getting started. You're not going to be great to start, but you're going to start to be great. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow for another amazing live stream. 333 if you made gains on the channel. 333 if you woke up to gains with me in the trading group. And, yeah, I'll keep pushing, guys. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunity. Google and YouTube, thank you for the stream running. The internet company from here where I'm living, all the stuff that, the mini computer that I bought, mini forum, all the tech that's working right now for this to happen. I am so blessed. Like, so much tech has to go on for this show to keep running smooth every single day for thousands of days straight. So, shows the human race is building good tech, man. We can really depend on it nowadays. So, knock on wood, huh? But God bless you all. Thank you so much. And thank you, dear Lord, for this opportunity that I have today. Let me not ever squander it and continue to be very grateful for everything in my life. Amen. I'm grateful for the gains, and may the gains be with you. I'll see you tomorrow.